Ladies and gentlemen,
It's the knockout blow.
Right, I remember that. I remember him too. I was just talking to my boy because I was looking at your record. And I'm like, man, Orlando Canizales, man. I remember that dude
that
from.
That was my best victory, Orlando Canizales.
Yeah. So what have you been up to since you've been retired?
I've been working in the Maryland bank, and that's about it, man. I can start, man. I go to the fights and things like that, but other than that, that's what I've been doing myself.
So you still keep up with boxing, watch it?
I try to. Like I said, they got local fights. I try to go to the local fights. I mean, sometimes I go, depends on how far I go, because I know once I go, I'll be mobbed by people involved, so it depends. But I do try to go to the local fights, the big fights in the guard when they have those.
Mm-hmm.
So I do try to stay in touch with boxing as much as I can.
Yeah. So, I mean, saying that, who do you think is like, who do you like to watch? I mean, you watch any pros right now, or?
When it comes to boxing, I watch truthfully just about anybody, because my thing is I feel that if a man can, just have the guts to climb those stairs to get ready to get into a ring, you gotta be half brain dead or crazy. You gotta have a lot of heart.
Mm-hmm.
So a guy who can get in that ring and perform in front of people, I respect, I admire, I watch. Because one word I try, I've used it, but it's a word that I try not to use too much. I say that guy's a bum. I try to stay away from that word, because I think anybody who gets into boxing, whether you got a record of 1 in 10 or a record of 19, you're not a bum, because it takes a lot of heart to get up in that ring and to put those gloves on and go one-on-one with somebody.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one, for sure.
When it comes to boxing, I try to watch I watch them and most of them fight. I really don't have any particular fighter, just that this certain fighter, Pacquiao and guys like that stand out, because you hear them so much in Floyd. But I try to truly watch, everybody. I really don't have like one particular fighter. Say he's my favorite fighter. I really don't have a favorite fighter. I just watch anybody who can pretty much into me. Plus, I'm friendly with most of the fighters, because I know them. And if I don't know them, they know me, so it's okay.
Yeah, for sure. So, you ever be watching boxing right now, or like at a fight in the stands, you just get that feeling in your stomach, like, man, I wonder what I could do against these young cats, or vice versa, because...
Believe it or not, I don't have it. That never comes to me. And that's because when I watch boxing now, and watch her fight, guys make this sport seem like it's so hard.
Uh-huh.
And when I look at it, I was like, wow, why they make it seem like this they make it seem like it's hard. So when I watch the fights, they make it seem difficult. And I'm like, if that was me, I would have did X, Y, and Z, and I did it this way. And, the guys make boxing hard, but when I retired, I thought that I would get that. It's like, wow, you get that desire. But when I retired, the urge of getting it and doing it again never bothered me. A lot of people thought that, if you do it again, you make good money because your name. But I feel to do it for the money, one, you get hurt doing it just for the money, two, it's not worth it, man. I feel that I tried at least to accomplish a lot of my career, and I did the best I could do, so it's time to move on to other things in life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because always as a fan, I just see, let's say there was like a time machine or something, and you're watching these young new school guys.
Don't get me wrong, I've done it. Like always I said, I wonder how I did with Pacquiao. He's at 122, and I thought how I did. So I've done it, but I really do. But there's certain guys I've done it to, and I go, wow, like I always say, I want to fit against the guy when I was like at my peak, how I would have did. So I've done it at times.
Yeah.
And then when I do it, people in the high, honestly, like when I do it, I tell people out there, I said, if I don't put Pacquiao, they hated me. They said, you think so? So I got that now. I said, that's the first thing, the southpaw, he busy throws a lot of punches, and he can punch himself. So that would have hated me just because I've been so annoyed.
Yeah. Who was your toughest opponent, you think, that really gave you problems, but you still came out on top?
Wow, I said Canizales. He was a tough. He thought being easy. He was just so hard to really line up. I mean, every time he was so smart. He was extremely smart. And I never fought a fighter that was so smart. But you think you got a guy, line him up and he's gone. And then sometimes he would punches. That's like the strangest. I'm like, how do you throw a punch on that angle on that side of that? I mean, so he was I can say like the toughest. But there was other fights that I had that were tough. Like matter of fact, there was a fight that I can't remember the guy's name. When I fought him in Atlantic City, and he hit me with he was stuck. I couldn't line this guy. Hit me with an uppercut. And split my cleft. Split my cleft while I got put my tongue through it. So he's my first 10 rounders. So I think he was tough to be my first 10 rounders. His experience, stuff like that. So that was kind of a tough fight too. That I can remember.
Yeah, you know, a lot of guys, a lot of fighters, boxers, they stay way too long. Like they stay too late. Yeah. When did you know it was time to get out of the ring and like?
I was almost on that path myself. I remember when I first retired, because the last loss, I don't even count that loss as one. I was going through my divorce at the time. My mind was like really not on boxing. And I just did it just because I had to fight, just because I had that notion that I was bored and I just needed something to do. So that's fight there now. But I had that fight. I knew that even before the fight, I should have been fighting at all. But I did it because I had nothing else to do. I was bored, going through my divorce. I was trying to do something to get over my problems. Even to this day, I forgot the guy's name, where he's from. I don't know nothing about that fight.
Damn.
So I think most guys that they you know it. I mean, if you love yourself and you care about your health and stuff, you know when it's that time to say. I mean, I ran a good course, and you know, this is the end of the road. So I think most fighters, they sat down and was probably honest with themselves. They would say, you know what, I did the best I can. It's time to hang them up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at our site, I got me and my boy started this because we were trying to just, you know, I love boxing since I was a kid.
Right.
And, you know, he's into MMA. So we cover both. I do all the boxing writing. He does all the MMA writing, and you know, and I do the interviews.
Yeah.
But so I mean, there's a lot of boxing trainers right now trying to capitalize and work with some MMA guys. What do you think about that?
I mean, it helps. But it helps. One thing I like about MMA is you won't find no robberies, no fixed fights. That's why I like MMA. Those guys, they just fight. And I think with the corporation of having trainers, I mean, it's good to a sense, but it has a negative point too, because if you know a guy can box pretty well, like Ray Mercer tried, first you're gonna rush him because you can't stand square off of him, you can't stand with distance, so you gotta rush him as fast as you can and pray he don't connect.
Right.
So it's the point where boxing helps, but I think boxing helps to a certain point, because if you get a guy who's very skilled like Ray Mercer boxing, your box only gonna last for about a few seconds. Once those guys rush you, and they're gonna rush you and they get you on the floor, they may take a shot or two just to rush you, get you to the floor. Mm-hmm. It's hard as what guys gotta learn how to fight from the ground. Fight. It's not about boxing, and it's all about trying to fight from the ground, because you're gonna go on the ground. So the boxing helps. So I think the boxing helps to a small degree. It helps, but it doesn't help in a major degree. But it does incorporate a bit of look in the sport itself, though.
Oh,